So, like I said, somebody said that it was a court date, or that it may be a court date, about the family and the children, and they told me not to go, you know. Uh, I'm in the city of Macon, Georgia, and in the year of 2015, I was in jail in the Bibb County LEC. I was arrested on August 9th. They said it was part of a Black Lives Matter scam, and people are suspicious of those officers that arrested me August 9th, 2015. People have been questioning, were those officers promised any life insurance money if you died? People have investigated the police report and said the police report said there was no investigation. They say, you was arrested for no reason, Brandon. They say the person, who they claimed was April Williams never pressed charges, and that, someone claiming that they were an attorney or, I don't know, pressed charges, and they said a lot of fraud happened because since she was an eyewitness and the police was not an eyewitness, and there was no evidence of anyone using the name April Williams saying any crime about me, well, there's evidence of a fraud. And since the police officers participated in the fraud in Macon, Georgia, the names on that police report, those arresting officers who did not do an investigation. And I was locked up all of 2015 from August 9th, all of 2016, and still in jail in 2017. I didn't get out of jail until February of 2017. There was no person using the name April Williams with charges pressed against me. It was some police officer or the person that was with them. And when I was in jail, the people told me, they was like, those are crooked police officers. They broke the law. And they was like, yeah. And they was like, they were having sex with that girl, the one that said her name was April Williams and she was not your wife. And they said she sexually abused me and she called someone else her husband. They said she was with the person that claimed to be a Brandon Johnson. And since there is a marriage license, they say that, those police officers, not all of them, just those police officers, and the ones that arrested you, Brandon, were they promised any insurance money, any life insurance money? Were they promised if he died, they would get some money? Because I was like, where is your April Williams, Brandon? Because if there was a court date, is that even her name? When you really think about it, are those really her children? Because the same way someone pretended to be a Brandon and it was fraud, because how could someone cash a Social Security check for a Brandon Johnson, for a Brandon Johnson, to a Brandon Johnson, in the month of September of 2015, in the month of October of 2015, if I was in jail and it wasn't me? So people have said that, since they said it was a fraternal order and police officers were complaining that they didn't make enough money, it was people in the city of Macon that said they saw a girl claiming to be April Williams on dates with police officers in Birmingham and in Georgia. And she was using the name, and she promised that she would give the children money if they used themselves as bait and said, come and visit us, come and see us. And it said November 29th, when I went there, was she there with you? Did you see her? And it was like, the person that was claiming to be April Williams set you up with Brandon. They say the children may not even be her children. She just wanted insurance money and wanted me to die. And those children may not even be your children. People have been doing identity theft to grown people and children. My children did not do identity theft. My wife did not do identity theft. People who claim to be my children and people who claim to be my wife did fraud and did identity theft. And there's evidence of that because the Social Security office said a check was cashed in August. You know, when I was locked up, August 9th of 2015, they said the check was cashed in September and October. So someone else, you know, it says child abuse because it's child abuse to tell the children that someone else is their dad if it's not. So they was like, yeah, the girl needs to go to family court and explain all of this because those are a lot of crimes. Attempted murder, check fraud, and involving children and identity theft. So it was like, there's no way she could be your wife. And if she had sex with you, it was also sex abuse. And it was like, and it was also kidnapping. Because if your wife is not here and someone else was there, where was your wife? So those are a lot of crimes, you know. So it was told to me that those police officers seemed like they were involved in it in Birmingham and in Macon. Not all police officers, of course, but the ones that participated in those actions. And there's police reports showing that there was not an investigation, none of it. And there's evidence, you know, that say whether it was a girl pretending to be April Williams or not. No one used the name April Williams and ever pressed charges against me. So it was like those police officers, just those police officers that arrested you in Macon that day, broke the law. And people say they are guilty of a crime. And they say those police officers in Birmingham associated with the church that you were at, they say, you know, the people of the church, you know, and of the city, you know, would have to explain if there was a fraternal order in Birmingham, in Macon. You're not supposed to use a fraternal order for killing people for insurance money, pretending to be their families and children, because when you reach out to get that check or to sign that check for a death and a life insurance check, everyone that's friends and family or associated or involved with any of those people that ever tried to sign a check for the death or life insurance policy of a Brandon Johnson or, you know, any of the people that were involved in those arrests of a guy in a wheelchair, me, I am the guy in the wheelchair, would be suspects of setting it all up, attempted murder.